Okay. He showed us how it is. Take me lightly, will you? I'll exile your Ulamog with my Titans Presidents and my Desolation Twin in my 3-color Mardu deck. Brawr! Doesn't change a thing. Jace is going to flashback a Disperse or a Clutch of Currents, and Gaia's Revenge is going to finish the game. But, you know, I'm sure that wasn't about winning for our opponent. That was about sending me a message that I will not just push him around. And I think this is the third bounce spell used on this 4-3, but that's what this deck does. Tempo for days. Alright, so one game down. It's actually... I'm going to stop keeping track of it. There was a second game. I tried to start this broadcast before, and it didn't work out. And I thought I was recording, so I talked to myself for an entire game before realizing that Twitch wasn't on. Like a boss. That's just how I roll. Okay. Let's go find game 2. And see if we can find an opponent who wants some of this. When it won't let you cast the minus from Jace. What do you play on? Storinger? What do you play? Are you on iOS? Because if you're on iOS, there's no fix for that, and it's only on some of the cards. Like, I actually have a list of cards somewhere that don't work, but on other, on other things. On PC, you should be able to scroll down. That should work. At least I've seen it work. But I don't have PC, so I can't give you a fix. That's the one system I don't have. Keeping track against the rank 1 players. I am keeping track for the sake of tracking how many games we play, because I want to try to do videos with 10 games to give people a nice long view of the deck if they want to watch the videos when I send them to YouTube later. And when I write about it, I need more than like a 3-game sample. But I'm not like writing down, here is how amazing my deck is because I beat this bad player. In fact, on my blog, I do mention if it was a goldfish type game that should count for just about nothing. We'll try this hand. It has no bounce, which could be bad. If our opponent comes out fast and furious, we have no way to stop anything. I will say, as far as like bugs and stuff, if there's something going for the Xbox version of this game, I think it has the same like Green Warden bug and things like that as others, but it doesn't have too many issues like the Jace flashback. That hasn't been an issue for me since I came over to this platform. And our opponent's missing land drops. It looks like we're gonna have another super competitive battle on our hands, guys, which, oh gosh, Xbox has to get a bit more competitive. It has to. Something has to give. Something has got to give. So we're going to do another Goldfish game and see just how smooth we can ramp this out, because that's the only thing to do in a situation like this. And let's check this hand. There's the Disperse. From Beyond, I think the least useful card's Gatecreeper. And we're actually going to Pilgrimage. Yep. Let's do that. So yeah, we're just gonna have a kind of ridiculous how fast can we smash your face party. Let's see what our opponent's up to over here. Flame Shadow Conjuring. Guys, mulligan 1-land hands. It's in my notebook. Never keep a 1-land hand. Just don't do it. And it looks like now our opponent picked up the land they need, and they're gonna use Gatecreeper. And they are just lucky right now that Acid Moss isn't going to wreck them. But maybe it will. We're going to get 2 draws here. That's not an Acid Moss. How about this one? That's not an Acid Moss, and probably not something we need the way this game is going. So, let's see. Do we want to go From Beyond? There is the risk of Reclamation Sage. We know there's another land in our opponent's hand, and if they're playing stuff like Flame Shadow Conjuring, they probably can Reclamation Sage. So we're not going to do that. We're going to Gate Creep, and then we're going to do this the next turn, and then we're going to do some of that, and a little bit of this. and it's going to be great. Alright, let's see what our opponent has for us. Yeah, I don't use PCs anymore. If I did, I would play Magic there too, but I'm a Mac user, and I'm just not going there. Do I care? No, I don't care. I'm sure I'll find a better use for this. Jace, you gotta know when to just let Jace go. He's awesome, but he's not as awesome in duels as he is in Standard, in Constructed. He's just a dork, kind of, in duels, really. I mean, he's a nerd. Look at him. He's a little prodigy, he's a little math geek. And a lot of time he just pluses and never minuses. If I had dispersed him, for example, we wouldn't play him that turn because we're going to renewal, and we probably wouldn't play him the next turn because we're either going to From Beyond Guy's Revenge or do some other absolutely broken stuff. There's another forest. So it looks like our opponent's green-red. I don't know why I expected black. Usually there's black involved with a Flame Shadow Conjuring, but it looks like they're just going to be green-red. So let's get into the business of kicking their butt. Let's see, we can go bounce, bounce, double bounce, but I don't think that's worth it. We'll just do some of that. I'll give this to our opponent. It looks like they have a very real deck. It just looks like they kept a one-land hand, which you just shouldn't do that. There's mulligans in the game for a reason. One-land hand is certainly something that, even if you have like 2 Gate Creepers, I would still try to see a 6-card hand or something like that. But, you know. Jace is one of the least effective planeswalkers in Ramp. He has his moments, let me tell you that for sure. That's from chat. And the moment that Jace is amazing in Ramp is when you get to Acid Moss someone and flashback Acid Moss the next turn. It's a beautiful, disgusting behavior that, you know, probably has made people hate me. So actually he's good in Ramp. There are decks he's a lot worse in, like Thopters. People run him in Thopters, and sometimes you do it because you really hope to hit a double Firecraft, but man, that's hard to do, and rare. Wild Size Nissa to the face when I'm at 27. Okay. Must really want to draw that card. Now I can slap him for 8. I can slap him for 11. With the Clutch Occurrence. But if I do that, it'll cast Gate Creeper again, and I don't love it. I don't love it. We'll just go big. We'll just go way over the top here. That's going to be the plan. Probably could have held that to second. I should have just held on to that to second main phase, but we know he's going to block anyway, so I don't think we're changing anything. At this point, he can flip Nissa. I don't really care. I think he's only got 5 lands, but even if he found a way out of that. So we're at 12 mana. We're going up to 13. That means we can make a. That means we can get away with making a token. Oh, no, not gonna. Okay, let's see if he targets. We could have saved the sacking to next main phase, but he didn't give us a choice. Yep. Damage. Alrighty then. So, we get to have some fun. First, we're going to bounce this guy. Then we're going to Ulamog blowing up the mountains. If I can target them. Then we're going to slap our opponent for 8. And likely you can... I always say a concession anytime is fine, but we'll see. Maybe they're practicing the never give up, never surrender style of magic. Yeah, the problem with Disperse against Planeswalkers is they gain value anyway. So, like, if Nissa flips, they get to, draw the card or make the 4/4, and then you Disperse Nissa. You can't stop them from doing that. And then they cast it again, flip it again, and do the same thing, and they come out another forest. I mean, Nissa flipping, like, Disperse is not a good answer to Planeswalker, things like that, so... The only time I'm going to do it is when it's lethal, like right now. Roar. So that's game 2. Our opponent kept a 1-lander. Even if they build a good deck, we can't pick, whether or not they're going to keep 1-landers. When would I disperse a Planeswalker? I think Chandra is the best Planeswalker to disperse, because flipping her is actually hard. Liliana can be good to disperse if they don't have more creatures available to them. Gideon, the little 2/1 Gideon is awesome to disperse. But Big Gideon isn't. It just makes another dude. Dispersing like Ob Nixilis and things like that, unless you have a counterspell in your hand for when they come back down, it's all a very kind of ugly waste of time. What's the other Flipwalker I'm forgetting? No, I'm not forgetting any. You can disperse Jace, but a lot of times Jace is, well, for one thing, he's cheap. He's only 2 mana, and a lot of times he's better as a looter than as a Planeswalker. There are plenty of decks I run Jace in, like my Aristocrats decks, with no spells to flashback, just because I'd run Merfolk Looter in that deck. The draw discard is really important to getting to the puzzle pieces that make that deck good. Gonna turn on the heat in this room because we've been hit by like a foot or so of snow over the last couple days. And it is cold outside. Timed out? No way. So let's go. Let's serve up another game. See what we can get here. Yeah, Space Genius is all up in your face with some of the information that I just shared as well. Reminding us that bouncing a Flip Nissa is probably bad. I, however, tried to do it in a non-sarcastic, practical way. Maybe I succeeded, maybe not. And can we get connected, please? Someone out there must want to get a beating at this glorious hour. Or maybe they'll beat me down. Either way. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Sometimes more direct ways are required. Hey, whatever you want to do. Different strokes for different folks. I often try to play the nice guy, and other people play the direct guys. But you're right, some people learn better from direct. I will find this, though, they often never forgive you. They never forget the way you said something. Ever. Bye, hop. Alright, we got somebody. Let's see what they've got up their sleeve. It looks like something blue and lightning-y, so maybe we're gonna get Dimir Sphinxy tutelaged, like on turns 3, 4, and 5. Maybe that's what's gonna happen.